Hi guys, Dave here with Dave's Corner. Sorry, I am just adjusting. Just as a reminder, the day will be coming when I will be getting a GoPro, a real camera. But in the meantime, I have to use the camera that's on my phone, and the selfie camera doesn't work. So I literally can't see what is being filmed. So thank you for your patience with that. My little chair here, it's a Queen Anne's. I use it as a rocking chair. I know you folks don't care. So what I want to talk to you folks about tonight is a concept that ECKHART Tolle talks about in his book, A New Earth. He talks about surrender. And surrender doesn't necessarily mean, you know, I surrender to the bad guys. What he's talking about is surrendering to a situation that you find to be very challenging. Today, I was able to practice this, and I want to share that with you. I had the kind of work shift today where I was faced with a lot of unknowns. I am a project monitor for an asbestos abatement monitoring firm. It's a great company. I work with great people. Love my boss. He is the best. And I'm not just saying that because he's probably watching this. So, but I want to say it was one of those shifts where, you know, you have to set up air pumps, you have to do air samples, you have to maneuver all of the leads and the cords so that everything runs. You know, we're under state regulations, but that is beside the point. There's a way that it has to be done. So if anything is off, at all, you know, it's going to make a huge challenge that you don't want to have to deal with. So it's really important that you know what you're doing. It's really important that you have all of your ducks lined up. Everything is prepared. The more prepared you feel, the better the shift is going to be. This was not one of those days. I was, you know, on a site with a lot of challenges just in terms of not knowing a lot of things. There were a lot of unknowns, and I had to kind of cling to my supervisor by asking him quite a bit of questions. And for me, you know, I don't like to really do that because I like to try to figure it out on my own. The whole point of this is that I had a very difficult situation. For me, it was very uncomfortable. There were two choices that I could have done. I could have resisted, which is what most of us do, which is what I was tempted to do, meaning curse the moment. Why does this have to happen? Why did I have to go to this site? Okay, welcome to hell if you are going to take that route. This is how to do it. Okay, I know there's nothing I can do about this right now. Let me focus on the steps. I know that I'm feeling angst. I know this isn't really a good thing. However, this is the way it is. I'm going to just be as present as I can with everything. Being as present as I can be, no matter what happens. And what I found was, you know, I listened to my body. Where's the emotion in my body? And I could feel it in my chest. I could feel it in my stomach. You know, when I shifted my attention from the emotion and the story to my body, okay, the attention went from the thinking, voice in the head, to the body. That cleared my head, and I was actually able to be calm, to, you know, just calm enough to really be at one with the situation and to work with a clear head. I knew exactly what questions to ask. I got all of the information that I needed, and that's what I focused on. Was it a comfortable shift? Absolutely not. Was it a necessary shift? Yes. Why? Because the universe wanted me to practice my surrender acceptance skills, so that is the kind of day I had. And, my mantra is, when I feel anything, whether it is good, if I'm feeling happy and excited, I feel it in my body, okay? Because happy will turn into, you can't have, when it comes to emotions, you cannot have a high without a low. It's like the law of gravity, okay? For every reaction, there is for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, okay? It is a law. So when I'm feeling happy, I try to be as present with that as possible and to not get attached. I know this is going on, but I'm still down here observing, okay? And let's just say, I'm feeling nervous, I'm feeling anxious. It's the bottom end. I still try to stay present with my body. Where is it? Where am I feeling it? We talked about this, chest, stomach. So surrender is a tool that you use that can take a difficult situation and transmute it and turn it into presence, strength, keeping it together. You are growing. So that's the kind of day that I had. But if I wasn't surrendered, it would have been miserable. You're spinning, you're cursing the moment, and that's going to bring you down, and that's going to make you feel even worse. And we don't have time for that. We are on a consciousness path, and when you're on that consciousness path, you are evolving, and you are growing. And I do believe that life will throw to you whatever it is you need to evolve. But if you don't evolve, you're going to be in pain of some sort. And I believe that it works like that for a reason. If you study Kabbalah, I studied Kabbalah for a while, or they actually call it Kabbalah. Great classes, by the way. But what they say is that, when you essentially, what are the words that I am looking for here? With Kabbalah, basically what you need to do is surrender to the moment. You can connect. There's a beautiful presence. It's a beautiful force. They call it the light. Other people would call it God. I will not even use that word because I think the word God has just been so overused. I think of it as presence. That beautiful, beautiful form of peace that you feel, when you are in the moment, when you are paying attention to your breathing, when you are lost, looking at that beautiful sunset, if you happen to live on the beach or, you spend a lot of time gazing at the ocean, you've probably experienced that. And that, for me, is a version of this light. So, you can connect with it. You have to make the effort to do that through your breathing, through your inner body. We've talked about this. You have to use the tools to stay present. As long as you do that, even if the moment is challenging, you're still going to be in the center. Or you can choose, or Kabbalah says, you can choose to disconnect from it. And that's when you invite suffering into your circle. And that's true. Because, if I wasn't, connected to the moment via surrender, that vehicle, I would have disconnected from the light, basically, and invited in suffering. So I do believe there is truth to that. Am I a fully fledged Kabbalist? No, I am not. I won't say, this clip is not about religion or even spirituality. It is how to really become more at one with the challenges that you have to face. And, you have a responsibility to yourself to do that because it is your life and you want this life to be as wonderful as your spirit is. Because I also believe that all of us, everybody has God in them. You have God in you, according to my belief, okay? The cat has God in him or her. You know, even this lamp, this has God in it too, because you know what? The molecules and atoms, they're vibrating, okay? You need life to do that. So, you know, I do believe that, you know, we have these tools that we can use to connect to that beautiful, beautiful Zen place. And, you know, you've experienced it, like I said, if you are feeling deep love for somebody, not the I need you love, but the wow, I sense your being, that kind of love. Peace, that calm, stillness, joy. Oh my God, you know, you're feeling the flutters. You are just so happy. Not the happy that you get from, you know, winning the lottery, but the kind of happy that you feel with just, you know, overjoyed, loving life. So, you know, that's where the center point is, I feel. And we can access it anytime. We just have to work with thinking, and we have to work with managing, you know, whatever feelings come from the thinking that we have, or vice versa. So, folks, thank you so much for tuning in, and have a good night.